Hey guys, it's Cody with Lonestardiggin. Got a little rainy day project here. Been wanting to build a rake for my little dozer. So I got this thick wall tubing. This is what I got. It's free, didn't cost nothing. So I'm gonna cut the angles, weld them together, get everything marked out where I want it. Some of this was in the ground at one time, so I'm gonna cut off and add to. I gotta be a total of, my blade's 103 inches, but I'm gonna stick it out at an angle, kind of like a semi-U shape. So kind of hold that material in instead of spilling around. So I'll set y'all up, time lapse kind of watch. I'm no professional welder or fabricator by any means, so, and doing this one arm, one-handed, takes me a little longer than other people, but I'm not in no hurry. So anyways, y'all stay tuned, I'll get it going. So last time I had cut, well, I was cutting these angles for the pipe on both ends, and my battery died, and I didn't want to go back home and get my batteries, but I got those cut. It didn't match up perfect, I can promise you. That's definitely a full penetration weld because my gaps were 1/2 inch wide, but I got that welded up, filled in. So I was trying to make, like, instead of just having a straight rake, I'm trying to make like a little semi-U shape, if y'all can see that. Kind of got little wings. I haven't decided yet whether I want to cut that off. You know, that's probably 2 foot sticking out. That's probably around 2 foot sticking out. I might, you know, go in there and take off a foot. I don't know. Just trying to see. I don't want it sticking way out because then it puts so much pressure on this joint here when you're pushing something heavy. I just wanted something to keep a little bit from spilling around when you're raking. So I may cut it off, you know, there halfway, just a little wing. Probably one tine. I have one tine, raking tine here and one here. Actually, I have it marked. Right there's one, and then of course there's one, about 1 foot apart. So I may cut that right there just to give me a little. This is, I believe, what did I say, 9 foot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9 foot. So that'd be 10, 11 foot rake. If I would have left that, 12, 13 foot rake. So I'll just plan that part by ear. Speaking of ear, I guess, I am going to take these ears off. In the past, when I've had a dozer in the past before, and I had my rake, you know, like this, and when you got those ears, I'll kind of get a piece of metal and show you. When I got my metal up here, when I have my metal, say it's in there like that. Let me see, y'all might not can see great for the sunlight. When I have my metal in here like that, see my pin, of course, is going to be in the center of my metal. And see, when the rake's hanging down like that, it will not, that would mean my hole would have to be back here. Ain't even enough room. So I'm cutting these ears, I guess you call them ears, off. Cutting these ears off, and I'll use this piece as an example. I'm going to lay them flat on there and have them sticking out. So I'll start at the back, and then I'll overhang to about right here and put my hole here. That allows that to freely move without hitting anything. So I'm going to have to cut these off. I'll probably leave them right there where they are in the position. This one had one, so I'm going to melt some of that off, clean that up so I don't have to do as much grinding. Grinding wears my arm out. Cutting really don't. And then I'll go to start, take some of that paint off, then I'll start cutting my ears. See what my ears, I may not have enough material for my ears, but I can get started with it. And I had originally bought I guess you call it a cold stock 2-inch for my pen, but I think that might be a little overkill. I have kind of a 1-inch right here around. I may use that part of that rod. I don't think it needs to be super big. This is a little bit too much, I think. But I'll set y'all up. I'm just going to be cutting these ears off right now. and we'll go from there. So I got that smoothed out. I think this is going to be good enough on both sides. So now I'm going to kind of set this upright, the support of the rake. I'm going to get it set up kind of where I want it to see how far I need to bring those ears out. Well, my battery died on me. I'm going to try to get the pipe lifted up kind of where I want it, so I'll know how far to put this main runner, attach that to the pipe. So, let's see if I can do this by myself. I don't know. Y'all may have to watch from this direction. I gotta get this pipe picked up. And then this slid under it. I think I'm gonna want it up one more. One more block. I gotta do that on the other side now. Somehow. I'm better right-footed on stuff. That's worn. This trailer's in my way here. Let's see. I have to pick this up. Do that one more time. See if I can get it. There we go. Now, slide that pipe back. I'm gonna line all this up, get this all up here, squared up how I want it, like it, and I'll bring y'all back. Y'all stay tuned. All right, I got the ears measured. I think 5 inches is gonna be plenty. It's kind of what I started the other day until my oxygen run out. 5 inches. I'm short one piece. I'll have to get one piece somewhere, but this will get me started. I got this, my plates. I got my plate on this side, and this will be my brace. I'm just using this. And then I went ahead and just added this one, just clamped them all together. I'm gonna weld it on this side, but when I take it off, I'm gonna tack it, but when I take it off, it may draw it, so I may have to hit it back. I'll just look at it and see when I weld it what it does. I didn't see it draw up any, so I'm gonna go ahead and weld it together. Tack it on the other side to hold it. If I can reach down in there. All right, got this lined up. This is what it'll kind of look like. I'm fixing a saddle that bottom. That way it'll saddle, sit on top of that pipe. But that'll be like that. My pin hole will be centered there. And then my pin go through there. Then that will be able to swing forward and back. May notch this out right here just a little bit so it won't hit my blade coming down, which it shouldn't go any further than that because it's hitting my blade. I'd rather it be able to come up than that way. So I'm gonna take that off and cut that. So. Alright, I got this, my upright, this piece will all be cut off at the top. So I got my upright saddled and put on my pipe. I'm gonna tack that up and then weld it. Well, I got this upright welded on, these uprights. I had to go back and take this one off. For some reason the pipe was crooked and wasn't hitting my blade level. So I had to cut this off and re-weld it. I just got one weld on it. I got to go back and make a couple more passes. But I went ahead and got this pinned up on this side. I'm liking one piece of metal on this side, so for now I'm just going to leave it like this, just a single, until I can go to the scrap yard or find a piece. So I'm going to cut a hole in this to make that pin fit. So I'll set y'all up right here and watch that. I'll see if I can beat it in there. Knock some of that slag out. Now let me see if I can get the hot end of this pin. Got it. Now I'll go in there and put that second one on there as soon as I get it. So we like that one more piece, and then we can start welding our, I guess you call them the rakes, the little tines on it. We'll do that tomorrow. Well, it's the next day and I'm working on this rake, and so my original plan was to have these tines like this. I had already saddled kind of all these pieces, and I was going to have my tines come like this. Got them on each end for my ups and downs, my rakes. But right here in the middle, well, on my blade, where my blade actually is, I can't, my blade actually gets in the way of being able to get up in there and do it like I would like. So the only thing that I know to do is to make this lean at an angle, kind of like that, and then I will straighten all my bottoms out. Cut my bottoms off where it'll touch flush, not just a point. I've been tinkering with it and trying to decide what would be the best way. Y'all can see, looking down that pipe, how I had those, and that's the way I had it intended on doing it. But from the blade here to the blade, I'm not able to do it because it's hitting my blade, the actual blade on the dozer. So I may have to rethink this, kind of come up with a new design. Y'all stay tuned. I'll let you know what I decide on. I had to go in here, and since my theory didn't work out, my ideal didn't work out, I had to go in here and notch out this portion here. See if y'all can see that. I had to notch that out. I didn't have to on the outsides really, but in here, like I was telling y'all, I had to notch that little 1 inch out so it wouldn't hit the blade. My original ideal didn't work, so I had to go down through here on each one of them and notch it out. That took a little strength off that I didn't want to take off, but I think overall it'll be okay. I can come in here, I may come in here, weld some little gussets in here, little braces on each tine if I have trouble or something. But so I got the majority of them tacked on. I got to do 1 outside and 2 over there. And now I'm going to go in here and cut these bottoms off. They're square right now, and I'm going to cut them off. That way when you go flush with the ground, that it'll be even with the ground. If I do it now, if I do it like I did have it right now, this point's just going to touch the ground first and kind of wad up stuff. So I'm going to cut that little piece off. I still got to go to the scrap yard and get a piece up here to add on my one more little ear. But I'll set y'all up here and let y'all watch me cut some of these off. Hey guys, back here this morning. So I got the rake all tacked together, and I took it off the dozer. It's laying out there, but I'm gonna kind of come in here and clean all these corners up, all my corners, and just clean this up. I need to make some more passes on my welds, my dirt dauber welds. I need to go in there and just clean these up, trim these corners off and everything, weld it some more, clean it up with the torch, wire brush and everything. That way I can be done with the dozer part, get the rake in here after that, and I can start welding on all the rake. So I know this ain't pretty, and this ain't no, I'm no man behind the scenes for sure. So go easy on the comments. But if that metal starts moving on me or anything, I see it moving, I'm gonna go in there later and add that. I don't think I need it, but if I see it moving around or whatever, bending, moving, flexing on me or anything, I can always go back on both sides and add me like a little triangle gusset here, just to kind of stiffen that up from moving. But right now I'm not gonna do that. Time. I need to get it done and get onto a raking job. So I'll set y'all up, and this will just kind of be a clean up, touch up, weld up type. So y'all stay tuned. Well, I finished up on the dozer. I just went ahead and painted it black. That's all I had for now. I went ahead and plugged these holes up. They have them for, you can get in there with like a chain or something, but the dirt always falls through it. So I plugged them up and just touched up with black until I could get some case yellow. But I just put a big old fat weld on there. It's hard going on the inside of those. But there's the dozer. Dozer finished up. Like I said, if it gives me any troubles, I'll go in there and put some braces, some gussets on there to keep it from moving. But it shouldn't. As long as you push straight, as long as you're pushing straight, not turning and stuff, it shouldn't give me any problems. So that's that part. And so I'll get the rake moved in here, and that'll be an all-day job welding on that rake. So y'all stay tuned. Well, I'm in the shop today. Got a little rain, so just gonna do a lot of welding today. Just got all these tines to weld up, and braces here. Probably end up welding a little gusset on here, kind of give this a little strength. But I'll set y'all up. I know y'all don't want to watch me just weld for hours and hours, so I'll set y'all up and get a little footage. And I just got all these tacked on around here, so I'll set y'all up and get a little footage for you. Y'all hang tight. So since I had to notch these backs off here because the blade was hitting it, I think what I'm going to do is on this little top piece sticking out, you know, I can't weld all that up, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat it here and hit it and bend it back, lay it over the back of that pipe. Just about all of them are like that, where I can bend them and lay them over that pipe just to give them a little extra strength. That won't take too much oxygen and acetylene. I'll just bend those over. That way I can weld all the way the entire width. Get a little bit more weld. Since I'm taking some off, I'm going to weld a little on that top. So y'all hang tight. Well, this has been a month-long process, but I think I finished. Got my rake built. We'll see how it works. I got a little 2-foot wing. I may end up cutting that part off and just keeping the 9-foot part where the blade is. But I made the little semi-U's to kind of maybe keep the material from spilling around. But got all that pinned up, and I'm sure I'll be doing some tweaking here and there. Hopefully it'll work all right. Maybe I won't have too much trouble re-welding or anything like that. I didn't do many passes, just time permitting. I can always go back later and add to it. But definitely learned to not saddle those bottom pieces like I thought I could. Just I'd weld them all up front and do a half saddle if I had it to do over again. But appreciate y'all watching. This will be my first little welding experience for the Dozer, so appreciate y'all watching, guys. We'll see y'all.